Hello YouTubers, welcome to Sometimes I Play. My name is Don. I am Nashville's most average-ist guitar player. Yeah, I made that term up, but it's probably true. This is my first blog, so you are seeing the inaugural, and I kind of wanted to go over just a little bit of a biography to start things off so that you know who is yapping in your face. I've been playing guitar since I was 8 years old. That's a long time because I'm an old dude now. I was in the music industry for 24 years. And to be honest with you, music became a job and it lost some of its pizzazz for me. But 5 years ago, I retired from the music industry. And it's funny, as soon as I did that, music became an enriched passion once again in my life, maybe even more so than it ever has been. I play a lot of guitar these days. I don't play out a whole lot anymore. I play at my church anywhere from 2 to 5 times a month, depending on the month.
Your word will come to pass. My heart will sing your praise again.
I also have a small business where I create backing tracks for different companies that use them for their corporate videos and that type of thing. So I do have my hand in music professionally, somewhat still, but honestly I'm just having fun with the guitar in my old age at this point. So if you're looking for a vlog with a session player, there's tons of vlogs out there with guys that are on the road with major acts. There's guys that are in the pit of the Nashville scene. If that's what you're looking for, this vlog is not for you. I'm just an average guy, average Nashville guitar player who loves guitar, have more passion for it than I've ever had in my life, and I just wanted to start this as well, two things really. One, to keep me playing. And the other thing is just to create a community of like-minded guys who are average players that just love guitar and love music. So that's my purpose. But anyways, now that that's out of the way, with my first vlog, I just kind of wanted to go over what my #1 guitar has become over the last few years. I grew up playing Les Pauls. My first real guitar was a Les Paul that I got in probably 1979-ish. I immediately removed the stock humbucker and put a Seymour Duncan Jeff Beck, or nowadays they call them the JB. I guess they can't use his name anymore, but anyway, it was a super high output humbucker that I was told that I had to have in my Les Paul. And so that's what I put in it, and that's what I became used to. So every guitar that I had it from that point to a little later was with a high output humbucker. I thought I had to have that to get the rock tones and the things that I was wanting to play. When the 80s hit and everyone was playing Super Strats, I got turned on to a manufacturer in North Carolina. There was a guy named Ken Hoover that was creating handmade Super Strats with the Zion guitar branding on them. If there's any CCM veterans out there watching this, you'll remember the CCM or the Zion guitars and how popular they were among the Christian acts. I actually got turned on to, there was a guy playing with Steve Taylor's band that I happened to meet in Kansas City when I was living there, who was playing a Zion Turbo, and I ended up getting one. But anyway, long story short, that guitar had EMGs in it. So again, even up through the 80s until even recently, I've always had guitars with super high output humbuckers in them. Well, in 2020, the Zion started getting, I got it in 1983, so it was very old. It really needs a fret job, refret to this day, which I haven't had it done yet, but it was just getting worn out. So I was looking for another guitar, and I'd become so accustomed to Strat-shaped guitars that was kind of where I fell for what I wanted to be as my main player guitar. Now, I've been playing Gibsons and Epiphones this whole time too. But to replace that Zion, I started looking at Strat style guitars, and I came across these guys. This is a SUHR. It's called a Classic S. I got it, like I said, in about 2020, and up until that point, the Zion was really my main guitar. So I went into this guitar. Humbucker single. The humbucker is called an SSH, and it's not a high output pickup. It's moderate, I would say. So I immediately, in my mind, when I got the guitar, I thought, well, I love the way it plays, I love the neck, but I'm going to hate that pickup, so I'll put a JB in there or something. Well, come to find out, little did I know, but the lower output humbuckers, man, have really caught my attention. I mean, honestly, for the stuff that I'm playing, especially at my church, where there's a lot of edge breakup stuff, there's a lot of, not harsh distortion tones that I'm using, and I really don't use that in the tracks that I build either. But this was working way better than actually that EMG or the JB that I have in a Les Paul that I have here. So I fell in love quickly with this pickup. It sounds fantastic. You don't have to have this huge high output humbucker to get great tones for lead stuff. This thing has such a nice, round, warm, smooth sound that I just absolutely love. So plus there, these are still the stock pickups. Love the SSH. This guitar actually, just to tell you a little bit more about it, it came in, I think they only do this color 1 year. It's champagne, so it's got kind of that gold gray, slightly, very light, almost flake look to it. The neck is incredible. It's a compound radius 10 to 14 inch rosewood fingerboard, and check this out. Hopefully you can see that. It's got a roasted flame maple neck on it. This thing is super solid. There have been times where I let this guitar sit in a closet for a week, pull it out, thing's dead on in tune. Intonates perfectly. It feels good with the modern. It's got a modern feel to it with the compound radius and that kind of thing. Also, locking tuners, which was a first for me. Also, make changing strings an absolute breeze on this thing. They look like Spurzels, but they're branded with SUHR, so I don't know if Spurzel is making these for SUHR or what. But they're great. They stay in tune perfectly. It's got the Godot 2-point. Floating bridge. This thing, it's another thing that I wasn't sure about because my Zion had the Floyd Rose on it where everything's locked down, and this is not, but man, this thing stays in tune greatly. I use it quite a lot for just, I'm not doing dive bombs or that kind of thing, but I use it quite a lot for vibrato or just tasty little things, especially like on the end of ambient trails or something like that. But stays in tune great, perfectly. No locking nut or anything, but the thing just stays in tune great. So all that to say, this is really a great guitar. I don't know if you happen to be looking for a new guitar, I would highly suggest that you check out the SUHR line. They have several models, including T-styles, more modern Strats. I have another guitar. I love these guitars so much that after this one, I bought this one new, ended up buying 2 pre-owned ones after I got this one. I got a Classic T, which you can see in some of my other videos already, some of my shorts. I also have an S4, which is an older guitar than this one. It's still Strat shaped, but it's a little more streamlined with the faux binding. It's not really, it looks like binding, but what they've done is they've just shaved the paint off of the flame maple, so it looks killer. I'll show it to you at one point. But that guitar has an SSH Plus, which is a little hotter than this one. So if I want something that screams a little bit more, I've got that guitar. It has a maple fingerboard too, so it's kind of a different guitar, different sounding guitar, but quality is fantastic. But anyway, and while I'm talking about sir, I got a funny story which speaks volumes to me. When I got this one new, like I said, I purchased 2 pre-owned SUHRs since I'd gotten this one. And both times I've contacted SUHR's customer support department in California. And I've said, hey, I'm looking at this pre-owned guitar. Here's the serial number. What can you tell me about it? Well, man, they sent me build sheets. They told me the build date. They went up and above and out of their way to tell me all they could tell me about these pre-owned guitars that I was looking at, which, think about it. I mean, they had nothing, absolutely nothing to gain. Well, maybe not totally nothing, but they really have nothing to gain by helping someone purchase a used SUHR guitar from somebody else. I mean, they're a manufacturer, they're trying to sell new guitars, but they took their time, gave me all kinds of information, ended up buying both the guitars largely in part to the information that they were able to provide me that the sellers were not. So I just, that speaks volumes to me in terms of today's lack of customer service. A lot of companies could care less about you, especially, I wasn't even buying a guitar from them. I was buying a guitar from just a dealer, some used SUHR guitar. So, but they took their time, gave me all the information I wanted. That tells me that this is a great company. And if you're on, like, if you've ever been on like the SUHR Facebook groups or anything like that, the owner of the company, John SUHR, actually gets on there, answers questions that people are asking. He's actually answered a couple questions for me on there. So it seems like to me, I'm not affiliated with them at all. I purchased all my SUHR guitars. This is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, but I tell you what, I'm impressed with the company in general. And a funny story, there's one guy, his name is Ricardo, that has helped me each time I've called up there or emailed up there. And I got on Google Maps and I found out that there was a Chick-fil-A like 3 miles from their shop. So I bought him a $20 Chick-fil-A card and sent it to him and said, dude, thank you so much for taking the time to help me with stuff that really you didn't have to. I really appreciate it. Hope you like chicken. But anyway, I think these are great guitars. If you're in the market, man, I tell you what, not to bash other companies, I've never been a big Fender fan, but before I bought this guitar, I played several Fender custom shop Strats that were priced significantly higher than this guitar, and I ended up choosing this one for not only price, but because I just thought it was a better guitar. But anyway, that's just my opinion. But anyway, if you're looking for a new guitar, I would highly recommend that you check out the SUHR stuff. It's just great stuff, and I'll be showcasing this guitar more on this channel, and also some of my other SUHR guitars. So stay tuned for that. That's about all I got for you today. Thank you this is my first vlog, like I said, so if you made it all the way to the end, and you you made it through all my stumbling and my mistakes, thank you, I appreciate it. This is going to be something for the average guitar player, so I hope that a bunch of you will like it. If you do, if it's something that you can relate to, subscribe and let's hang out, and let's have some fun in the name of guitar. That's all I got for you today. Stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you tuning in.